Welcome, everybody, to the Loading Up podcast. I am your host, Producer Jay, along with both of my co-hosts, Brother Zay.
Yep.
And Brother Zay.
What's good?
What's good, guys? Finally back together, man. It's been a minute.
To be fair, I forgot you guys recorded last week because I got busy. That's on me.
It happens.
Life happens to you a lot.
Life happens.
Can't control that.
Before we get into all the stuff that we're going to talk about today, I just want to remind you that if you're watching on YouTube, you can like, comment, and subscribe because that will help us out, get this show on to more eyeballs and more earballs. I don't know why I said that.
Earballs. Let's go.
Earballs. You can also check the description to see our sponsors, which is W Energy, NordVPN, and Starforge PCs. You can use code LUP at checkout and for W to save money off of your first order. NordVPN, you can save, it's somewhere around like 70% off for 2 years, something crazy like that. It's very much worth it. I still use it every day. And Starforce PCs for all your custom PC gaming needs. We thank you for supporting them. We thank them for supporting us. And with that being said, what have you guys been playing? We'll start with Brother Tay since it's been a minute.
Well, I've been so I technically, and I say this technically, I have been on Marvel Rivals. I've been like
Marvel Rivals.
Yeah, I've been on that. But what's consumed my time is Top Spin 2025. Yes, it is a tennis sports game that you can make your own career in. I have a problem. It is what it is.
I mean, it's a game. It's still make it for a reason.
Oh no, it's a game, but it's not the problem. The problem is that the mechanics and now it's been made by 2K. I swear to God, I hate it.
Well, I mean, that goes without saying with 2K games. Like, I go through it with WWE 2K. Like,
oh yeah, this one is much. Oh, how can I describe this? Because like that's. If you ever play the 2K basketball game, like you gotta hold it to do green, like to make jump shots and stuff like that.
Yeah,
you have to be like that to win matches.
Ooh,
it is a killer.
Is it like you play online? Like,
I refuse to play online with that game. I know I won't.
Yeah, because like I feel like
that's
one of those games where I have a thing where whenever I play a game online, like it has to be a team-based game. I can't play like games that are one-on-one because I feel like I get nervous. I don't know why.
I don't have a
like
problem.
Fighting
I wouldn't
games,
have a.
It just doesn't work for me.
Yeah, fighting. I can do Tekken and like some fighting games. This shit is like killer. I'm playing the computers on normal, and it really shows when you create a new player going against some pros. It's not even worth it sometimes. It hurts, but it is what it is.
It be like that sometimes.
It do. I'm gonna win it anyway. I'm still gonna beat it regardless.
I feel you. Brother Zay, what you been playing?
So obviously you play Call of Duty. You can see if you're watching on YouTube, I'm playing Call of Duty with my son. We're playing some Warzone, just leveling up our guns and having fun.
Call them trash. Call him trash. It makes him feel better. So he's bad.
So also I played through and beat South of Midnight before it even officially came out because I got it in early access. It was really good. Very good game. The soundtrack, the story, I really liked it. So if you have it, it's on Game Pass. You can play it right now. It's really good. Definitely worth the playthrough. I play through that, and also I'm getting further along in Assassin's Creed Shadows since I beat South of Midnight. I finally finished Act 2, so I'm in Act 3. It's probably going to take you another 50 hours. That's right, I'm 55 hours and I only beat Act 2. This is crazy.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So I'm, chugging along in that game, which I'm really loving. I really do like this Assassin's Creed. It's really fun. So that's what I've been playing.
Nice. I mean, there's no rush to play games. Like I'm the last person to tell anybody that they should rush through games. It takes me friggin' years to beat games. But um yeah, so I am very proud to announce that I finally beat the Elden Ring DLC.
Hey,
Literally today, because earlier today before we recorded, I was playing it. Literally, I was stuck on the last boss, and I was desperate enough that I was gonna look for a way to cheese it because I don't give a shit. I'll do whatever I gotta do to beat you. But then something told me it's not cheating. It's just it's a very cheap way to win. But something told me it was just let me try one more time, and then literally the first try I beat him. And then I've been trying for days to try and beat this boss, and then like I took a break for like a day or two, and then the next time I tried, it happens every time.
Yep.
Where I take a break from a game, and then the next time I'm playing it, I'm freaking.
You're amazing at it. Yep, that's how it works.
Yeah.
Baby.
So, I'm happy to say that I can finally uninstall the game and start something else, which I was debating on what I should do next. And I'll
you ever figured
I
out yet?
haven't decided yet because like right as I was about to start a new game, I decided to play Baldur's Gate instead. Because that's my co-op game with my wife, and off screen I told you guys what happened. I'll say without spoilers now. Like something we were supposed to start recording earlier, and then
It's been a year already. There's no spoilers with that.
I know. Hey, listen, with games,
there's spoilers for it. Don't be like that. Some spoilers.
For games, I feel like the spoiler, like the what is it called? The
time window.
The time frame for spoilers is a lot longer than it is for like a TV show or a movie, like because people play games for a longer time, especially Baldur's Gate. But anyway,
it's been a year and you're still in Act 1. You can say.
Listen, I don't play it every day. Okay,
that's fine. No, I'm not judging you. I'm just saying. Well, this is not technically a spoiler. If you're in Act 2 or 3, I'll be like, hey, hold on.
But anyway. So yeah, I've been playing that, and I also did beat a Plucky Squire finally. It's such a great game. Like I don't know why it took me so long to beat that. Like it was one of those games. Like I feel like I've mentioned it before. It's like I don't want to beat it, so then I just stopped playing it because I want it to last longer. But I really enjoyed it. I hope that the developers either make a sequel, which it seems like they will. If you played it, they might do something. I don't know. Or at least do something in the same vein, because I like the whole 2D to 3D aspect of it. And I feel like not a lot of games are very creative in that sense. Like I want it to be more like that. Like Split Fiction is another one that does that, where it like it changes genres like right in the middle of it, and I like that. So yeah, so now I gotta find a new game to play at home and a new game to play at work. Although I did start a new game that I tried out. It came out this week. Blueprints. Yeah, I never heard of this game up until like 2 days before it came out. And then like people were saying like, it's game of the year potential, and like it's probably the best puzzle game I've ever played or something like that. And I was like, what? I never even heard of this game before. And then like reviews came out for it, and I started reading it. I was like, what the hell is this game? I never heard of it. And then I was getting ready to buy it, and then I found out that it's on Game Pass. So I was like, oh, perfect. So
I know how to
started. Yeah, exactly. So I started playing that, and I haven't gotten too far into it because I just started it. It's very interesting. It is like a roguelike, but it's like a roguelike puzzle game. So it's like you have to solve puzzles in this mansion, but every time you go into the mansion, it's like a new thing. So that's what the roguelike aspect of it is. And it's interesting, but there's also like a story that you have to solve as well. So it's like a mystery as well. So it's very unique. I do want to play more of it to try and see like what everything is about, because it seems straightforward, but then as you play, it's like, oh, there's more depth to this than it seems. So, yeah, I just started that, so I'm going to be playing that a little bit. But yeah, that's what I've been playing. So I've been making progress.
We see.
That's what we like
We
to
see.
see.
We see. You get married and things turn around. Yo, thank you, Natalie.
Look at that. Look at that. That's what happens when you get married. You beat games, apparently.
Yep, see what a good partnership does for you.
I know she's looking at you right now, like giving you like a little side eye.
That's exactly
Furthermore,
Yep.
Furthermore, I was great during everything. I don't want to hear nothing. Now's the time I get to act crazy. It's my time.
It is.
All right, should we jump straight into the news?
Let's do it.
All right, we're talking about Xbox and Xbox Play Anywhere. So they had an interview. 4Gamer interviewed Angus Kim, head of strategic markets for Xbox platform, and they were asked about the strategy in the Asian market and indie developers in the region. And she had some interesting things to say about Xbox Play Anywhere. She said, "We believe that continuing to expand Play Anywhere, we will be able to grow the ecosystem and reach even more players. The idea is to push these other games to be played anywhere, anytime, regardless of platform." However, Angus Kim also said earlier in the interview, "We will not force this strategy on developers, but rather use it as a flexible option." So if you don't know, Play Anywhere is where you can buy the game on PC, and you can play on your Xbox, your PC, your tab, anywhere you purchase that. Anywhere you have access to Xbox, Microsoft Windows, and anything, you'll be able to play it on. So that actually really works really well. I brought South of Midnight on the PC. I was able to download it and play it early on my Xbox, and I was switching back and forth between recording.
You motherfucker! That game looks so beautiful on it.
Yeah, it's really good. Really great game. You'll absolutely love it. Between the music, everything about it. But yeah, Play Anywhere really worked out for me in this situation, because I was able to purchase it on the PC and then play it on the Xbox, and it was back and forth between cross save, cross progression, as well as like achievements. Everything synced up perfectly. So it's a really great tool that Xbox has and uses. Like they said, it's not for every game. The analysts also show that it's only 7% of games launched this year support Play Anywhere. So they're trying to expand into Play Anywhere for the Asian market. Will really benefit Xbox to grow, because not everybody wants to buy an Xbox. If they already have PC, they can simply buy the game on one platform and just play literally whatever they want. If they want to play it continue playing on their phone, they can do that. And I think that's how they're pushing to grow further in other markets than just Europe and America.
Yeah, I think ultimately, like, Play Anywhere is something that should be embraced by more publishers. I know why they don't, and it's I hate to say it, it's greed. They want people to buy games multiple times because that makes them more money. But from a consumer standpoint, it makes the most sense. Like, why wouldn't I want to play all the games that I have wherever I want? Like, that's the benefit of it, and that's what's gonna push to these handhelds that are coming out to be more like viable in the market, because people don't want to buy a game specifically just to play it on a handheld. Like, they want to be able to play it on their console, on their PC, on a handheld. Like, they want to play or on cloud. They want to play it where they want to play it. That's ultimately what's going to be the future. And it seems like more developers are starting to adopt it, but it's still like slowly getting adopted. And I think they're putting in the effort to like make sure that they stay the course with it. And because any other publisher probably would have backed out by now. They would have been like, "Oh, it's not worth it," and people are not they're not adopting it as fast. But like, this is like a multi-year long process. They started this back in like 2018, 2019, something like that, and the goal is to encourage more publishers to do it. And I mean, it has happened. I mean, Ubisoft kind of has it with their Ubisoft Play. Like, if you have or Ubisoft Plus, I mean, that's what it is, right? Ubisoft Plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have it like where if you have that, you do have all the versions available, like at least for their games. Well, I mean, only their games are on it, but you can play like the new Assassin's Creed on PlayStation, on Xbox, on PC through that if you have it, and the saves are cross progression as well. That's the future. Like I want to be able to play wherever I want. That it doesn't matter what platform I have. And I'm hoping that more developers do it and more developers at least for the play anywhere aspect, because that'll show that it is working. But yeah, so I'm glad that they're sticking to it and this is part of their future.
Oh yeah, definitely, especially since, the rumored handheld will be coming out for Xbox. It's just gonna make everything a little easier for everybody.
Yeah, and it's gonna be the most like it's gonna be more consumer friendly than what everybody else is doing.
Definitely. All right, let's move on because we got noticed that Xbox is gonna be doing a June showcase, and we have it's coming June 8th at it's 5 p.m. Eastern time, and there's some rumors about games, but also some news about the actual showcase itself. So in the past, the showcase would come out in the summer, and they would have sort of a fan fest, so they do in person, where they invite people from the Xbox community to come out and do the show live, basically, where they can, sit down with content creators and fans alike to showcase the next games that they show at the the showcase awards. So this year they're just not doing it. There's no fan fest, so people were kind of upset by that.
Yeah, I think people are being a little bit nefarious with this. They think there's like an ulterior motive and like like they're canceling it because they're gonna announce games on PlayStation and they wanna lessen the backlash. I don't think it's because of that.
No.
Realistically, I think it's probably because of the whole tariff stuff and no, like legit companies are starting to like adjust their like financial outlooks for the future, all because of these tariffs, because we don't know. I mean, granted, now we know that he paused it for whatever 90 days. Who knows if that's going to stay or if he's going to go through with it.
True.
That's the problem. Everything is so up in the air that now these companies have to account for it. And the fan fest, while it is fun for like content creators and fans alike to get together in a community, it's not very cost effective if they don't expect to if they're gonna expect to pay more through tariffs, shipping or importing their products from China or any other country. So it's like they have to prepare for that. So, and it's not like they don't want to do live events. They did plan another BlizzCon for later this year. So I think this was just like this is the closest thing that we have right now. So let's just this year we're gonna take it off the books and just hope we'll see what the future holds for us. But I think this was just like a cost saving measure.
Definitely. I definitely think that they were just like, let's just save some money, throw out a digital showcase, and let's be done with that for now. I don't think it has anything to do with games coming to PlayStation or anything like that. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, because they've been announcing games for PlayStation for like over a year now. It's like people already know what to expect at this point. And they even said that they're going to start showing the PlayStation logo and Switch logo in their showcases for games that are coming there. So it's like it's not a big deal anymore. Like it is what it is.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, let's get into the games that are rumored to be going to be shown at the showcase. So, people believe that they're going to be showing Ninja Gaiden 4, which they kind of teased a little bit earlier in January, and a heavily rumored one is the Gears of War collection. Supposedly that they're insiders are saying that this is definitely going to be shown at the showcase. We'll have to wait and see. But the list goes on that they're going to be showing Persona 4 Remake, a Minecraft Dungeons 2, and of course the Hollow Knight Silk Song. Those are just potential games that they're going to be showing. Of course, we don't really know. We do know for sure that the Outer Worlds 2 will be showcased because they have a direct right after the showcase, which I'm really liking this whole like smaller direct showcasing one whole game.
Yeah.
I think they started with Starfield that did it first.
Yeah, it was Starfield.
Yeah, and then this year they're doing Outer Worlds 2, which I'm really excited about. The Outer Worlds was a fantastic game, so I can't wait to see what they changed, what they added, what the growth that happened with this game. So
Yeah, no, I'm definitely excited too. There's a lot. I mean, these showcases for the past few years have been like some of the best throughout the
yeah,
year. Because like a lot of times we look forward to like the Nintendo Directs and the PlayStation Directs or whatever, then or State of Plays. But they always leave that like that sense of like there should have been more. And it's like, and even with the Summer Games Fest or the Game Awards, like there's always something missing. But whenever the Xbox showcase comes around, like I never feel that. I never feel, and a lot of people feel the same way, even like non-Xbox fans, that they feel like Xbox came and did a actual showcase. Like they're the closest to the E3 showcases left because they deliver on their like the hype and the promises and stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
Like especially last year with
they do
freaking Gears of
fantastic
War.
work.
Yeah, with Gears of War E-Day that they announced, like that got me hype, and we haven't had that in any other showcase.
yeah, definitely not in the last 2 years or 3 years.
Yeah, so the fact that it's digital only, like it is what it is. Like we watch it digital anyway. It's not like we were gonna go all the way to California to be there.
Yeah.
And I do think FanFest will come back next year, or maybe they'll do it later on this year. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this show, and hopefully some of those surprises do come to fruition. I do think the Gears collection is coming, especially since if Gears E-Day, because there was talk that Gears E-Day was potentially coming out this year, and I don't think that was, yeah, there was rumors that it was going to come out this year, but if it's not getting a direct after the showcase, then I don't think it's happening this year. So
Yeah, I don't think it's. I think that's a next Xbox console game launch. You know, not this. I don't think it's coming this generation.
what? Honestly, I think it
Damn.
could come out next year.
Well, probably. It really kind of depends on how it looks. I would
Yeah,
give it up to the director and on more of the marketing team itself.
Yeah, I mean, we have heard that Xbox, like their main issue now is just picking when games release because they have so many, and now they gotta like spread them out. Even if they're ready to be like released, they gotta push it back just because there's so many. They don't want to overlap too many games because then you take away some of the audience from another.
Yeah.
And especially now, with GTA 6 on the horizon, you gotta be very careful where you release your games later on this year because you don't want to overlap with that at all.
That's very true.
It's a true struggle, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's also a good struggle. Xbox has too many games. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's first world problems. Like there's so
very-
many games.
Very much so first world problems, but it is.
It's definitely a stark difference than last generation and this generation's PS5.
Oh,
It's like it's very stark different. They have too many games. It's crazy.
instead of none.
It's the
Yeah.
excess of no games, right? Yeah. All right. Well, let's continue going on because we have some more news about Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. It's getting a really big update, and the update is going to be out for Xbox and PC, and they're going to do ray tracing, global illumination, lots of bug fixes. It's going to be a no cost for the Series X and S as well as the PC version. But it's going to be performing slightly better on the PS5 Pro, which it will be coming out soon on the PS5 Pro. And people are a little upset that it may run a little bit better on the PS5 Pro. What do you say?
I mean, I think it's just during the whole ABK court case against the FTC, like they basically had to not make the PS5 version inferior or hold back on any other version from Xbox because like that would cause issues. So they're gonna take advantage of the PS5 Pro, even if it's not going to be on the Xbox version, but that's technically the most powerful console on the market right now, even if like there's some drawbacks to it. So I don't see why it wouldn't take advantage of all the stuff that it offers. Yeah, it kind of sucks because it's an Xbox Studio and the PlayStation version is technically better, but I do think that Xbox is planning on launching stuff earlier or launching their next gen console earlier. So I think the table will turn and the power deficit will be in their favor later on. But we'll have to see how that plays out.
All right. Let's get into some PlayStation news, and we have some breaking PlayStation news that just came out literally a couple of minutes ago.
Wow.
The PlayStation is getting a price increase.
What?
The actual system is getting a price increase in Europe, in Australia, and New Zealand. It's being raised by $50 to $500 for the PS5 digital edition in Europe. In UK, it's $429.99, which it was a little bit cheaper in the UK. Australia, oh my god, it's ridiculous. PS5 digital edition is Australian dollars $749.99, and New Zealand it's $859.95. So this is going into effect as of April 14th, which is tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Oh shoot!
Yeah.
A few hours. You said Australia,
Yeah.
right? So a few hours for Australia. It might be now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it may actually be now. Yeah, so we're recording this on April 13th, and April 14th, the price of all the PS5s will increase across Europe, the UK, Australia, New Zealand,
What?
which is
the fuck?
crazy.
I'm
Crazy.
I've never seen like something like this where over the course of a console's lifespan, it doesn't go down in price. It goes up.
Yeah.
Like I've never seen this before.
Up is crazy. Like, this is absolutely crazy.
I think it's
Now,
more crazy because there's no reason for it to increase. That's the weirder part to me. They're just increasing it to increase it.
Yeah, they're just increasing it. Now, they're kind of trying to soften the blow because they've said, oh, but don't worry, the disk drive that is sold separately is getting a price decrease. In Europe, it's going to be $80, in the UK, $70, Australia, $124.99, and New Zealand, $139.95. So that's a price decrease for them, which is absolutely insane.
You know what's funny?
Do you want us to? Do they want us to chill for them? Like, yay! Like,
I know, right?
I saw somebody on I think it was like TikTok or something that they were talking about like Australia and like it's such a nice place and it's like it's like really like it's nice to live. There's a lot of stuff to do here, stuff like that. And I was like, for a second, I was like, you know, maybe it is a nice place to live. But then hearing this news with Australia like having to pay so much more for like imported stuff because they have to import everything. Yeah. I'm reminded like no.
What do you mean?
Yeah,
they have poisonous everything. The only thing that's not poisonous in that continent is the kangaroo. What the fuck? No.
Well, they have everything that's big. That's what it is. Like they have giant everything.
Yeah,
that's also true. But like
kangaroos may not be poisonous, but they'll knock you out.
That's true. Yes.
It's absolutely crazy. This price increases are absolutely wild. So that was just for the console. So what we had to talk about before the breaking news was a price increase for PlayStation Plus in 15 different countries in South America. So we have a price increase for these countries: Argentina, Bolivia, Chile, Colombia, Costa Rica, Ecuador, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, Mexico, Nicaragua, Panama, Paraguay, Peru, and Uruguay.
I love the anime. I love the anime against country consonant song. It's great.
That's what it is, essentially.
Yeah, exactly what it is. So they're getting a price increase. And the crazy part about this is that these countries do not have access to PlayStation Premium. So they don't even get like the cloud gaming or all the older PlayStation Plus Premium. It comes with, you can play like PS2 and PS3 games. You can't get that in these countries. They have something called PlayStation Plus Deluxe, which doesn't come with any of those extra features. So they're getting a price increase for less content.
Just have a price increase. Just have a price increase. So let's set. So
it's like, what is Sony doing? What is going on over there? They're just like, we need more money.
You know what it is? They saw Nintendo and they saw all the shit that they were getting for being greedy, and they were just like, "Hold my beer."
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
They got a lot of good, nice stuff over there. Be a shame if someone decided to start taxing. Hold my beer.
Yeah. So listen to the price difference. So the price difference for the deluxe, which is their highest version, for 12 months, it went from $196.95 to $215. And for the PlayStation Plus Extra, it went from $169 to $187. And for the PlayStation Plus Essential, it went from $95 to $103. And it's just like, if you're not getting any new content, any additional content, they're literally not getting anything. They're just increasing the price. This is absolutely ridiculous. And it's like, I don't understand what's going on at Sony, because not only are they increasing the prices for their consoles and their services, their online services, but they just keep bringing out the same game over and over again, because now they're talking about releasing The Last of Us Master Edition, which will have the remakes of remakes of The Last of Us 1 and 2, and they're going to charge $130 for it.
You want to see those prices? You want to see those prices go up? You want to see it go up, man? That's what this is.
Yeah, essentially.
That's all this is. It's like, I know you saw those last price increases. You want to do it again? Come on. I know you want to. Look at all this is.
I can't make any sense of it. I really can't.
Let's stop trying to make sense of it. You're thinking like a human being problem. Hey, we got to have more money. But you never seen.
I'm a human.
That's the problem.
This is crazy.
As long as you're human, you'll never understand the working of, I got to have more money.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely insane. I don't get it. I never will get it. I just want better. That's why Xbox is the most consumer friendly console, and just for their games and everything. We have Game Pass. You know, we're eating good. Next month we're getting Doom, Dark Ages. We just got South of Midnight. I don't know. These companies got to be more consumer friendly, not less consumer friendly.
You know, the problem is, honestly,
consumer
it's
friendly.
really
how dare you assume we're trying to be friendly? I want money. I could have sworn. Was this not in the present?
The issue is that it's the consumer's fault, because they let them get away with it. If the consumers fought back on the stuff that Nintendo, that Sony does, that Take-Two does, that EA does, that even Ubisoft does, if they fought back even a little bit, these companies would do something to change it. But because he does anything, they just shut up and pay the money. They do it. They continue to do it because what are they going to do? Not going to buy our games? No, nobody does that. That's the problem. But from the beginning of time, remember, I always go back to, what was it, the original Modern Warfare 2. When everybody and their freaking mother were they said they were going to boycott it. And then there was literally like a group on Steam that showed that it was called the Modern Warfare 2 boycott. And then if you look at them, almost all of them were playing Modern Warfare 2 like the day it released. So it's like, it does not work. Like all these people who are like fighting against it and complaining and stuff like that, they're in the minority, because at the end of the day, they're still going to buy it. The same thing with the Switch 2. People are still going to buy the Switch 2 regardless of how much their games cost. They're going to buy the PS5 Pro. Because they don't care. They don't care. That's the problem. They don't care, and it bugs the hell out of me.
You're part of the problem. You're gonna buy a Switch 2.
I didn't say I was gonna buy it. I said I wanted one. I didn't say I was gonna buy it though.
You're thinking
You
about
did
it.
You did. Yeah.
I'm not gonna buy it. I'm buying it. That's what you're telling me. That's like you're gonna buy it. It's fine.
He's gonna see the next Pokemon game. He's like, oh, I gotta buy it.
To be fair,
But
Pokemon.
listen,
To be fair, Pokemon is a very good incentive. To be fair,
listen.
for our generation,
Even
not Pokemon.
even if I buy it, I will still bitch about it the whole way.
That's terrible.
I will
Is it
complain
terrible or is it just
every
respectful?
single day.
You gotta respect the power.
Well, let's get right into some Switch 2 news, okay? Because we did a whole thing last week where we talked mostly about the Switch 2 because they revealed it and all the shenanigans that they were doing over at Nintendo. So we got to see Game Chat, and in the preview for Game Chat, which was essentially a worse Discord, we got to see how low the frame rates were. So Nintendo came out with an interview and they're talking about Game Chat, and it said that they did that purposefully because they didn't want to take away from the power of the console while running the games to give it to Game Chat so that games could run worse. They were like, it was a creative design decision so that way we can keep everything running smoothly on the game. But I say to that, you could have just added Discord.
Yeah.
It's free instead of a paid version of a paid worse version of Discord.
I think ultimately this is just Nintendo saying we didn't know how to get it to work properly. So, because that's just literally what it is. Like, I can freaking run Discord on my freaking phone.
We all do.
Yeah, like they just don't know how to implement it properly. That's all it is. That's all it is. So they decided to do it themselves.
That's crazy. I mean, I know, I understand why they made it low frames, and I understand that they want people in their ecosystem, but having people pay for it and then it looks like crap. It was like 5 frames a second, 10 frames a second. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I honestly don't even know like who would even use this over Discord. Like the people who would use it will still use Discord. Like I don't know who this is for. Like, is it for kids who don't have access to Discord? I'm guessing.
No, cycle.
But then they still got to pay for it, and then like they still got to get the camera, and they got it. Well, the mic is on the system, but
the mic is on the system. The camera is another issue because they came out with they have 2 cameras, the regular black camera, and then there's one that's like a Piranha Plant camera. And the Piranha Plant camera is a third party.
Piranha Plant camera is fucking funny.
And
a lot of people were saying they were gonna buy it.
Yeah, but it's worse quality. It's only 480p.
Yeah, it's only 480p.
It doesn't go to 1080p. It's 480p. So you're paying less to have less. I don't know. It's like there's a lot of decisions going on in Nintendo, the same way that they're going on at Sony. It just makes me want to beat over my head or with a hammer. Just keep hitting it until I get some sense knocked into me to understand what the hell these companies are doing.
You're not supposed to understand it. That's the problem. You keep trying to. I thought we talked about this. There's no understanding some people.
Well, Tay, what was your like thoughts on the Switch 2? Because we didn't get your thoughts last week.
Yeah.
What I thought was, I can't remember, but I was like, oh, okay. The other reason,
like, oh,
because I was like, it's just the Switch. With like, my brain was like, is that a bigger screen? And they're like, oh, and now you'll have like proximity chat. I was like, oh, so you want to be toxic? Got you. I was like, if you just wanted to be toxic, you could have just said that. But we didn't have to go through all of this. This is what I thought when I first saw it. Because, like, the first thing they introduced with it, they're like, oh, and Mario Kart World, where it's like a more open world game, and you could talk to people. And I was like, no one's going to talk in a Mario Kart game. It's nothing but calling other kids trash.
Yeah, that is a recipe for disaster.
I was like, you just want kids to not buy, like, you're just going to want more toxic kids, and that's fine if that's what you're aiming for, I guess. I was like, it did make sense to me to come out with a new one so fast. Because I felt like, how long has it been since the Switch has been operational? It's been
about 8 years, right?
It's
Yeah,
been 8
it's
years,
been
right?
like 8 years.
Because it came out before the pandemic. Here's the problem: because my brain, everything reset it at the pandemic. I always got to remember this.
That is true.
Because in my mind, I was like, hasn't the Switch only been out for like 3 years? And I was like, no, it absolutely has not been out for 3 years.
No, it's been on the market for a minute. If
Yeah.
anything, this was like sorely needed, but like they just went about it the worst way possible.
They went about it in a very interesting, not fun way.
Yeah, I mean that's one way to put it.
I say not fun because like everything about it didn't make sense to me, and I'm not gonna pretend like I understood it.
I think
'Cause-
it's hard because like usually when Nintendo reveals a new console, it's like so drastically different from the previous one that it's like there's so much information that people want to get about it.
To be fair, I think that's what threw me off, honestly. Because you remember, we went from 64. This is for us in our lifetime because we had the 64 as us as kids. Then the GameCube came out, which, to be fair, the GameCube thing that they're coming out with, I want it bad, but not that bad.
The controller?
No, not the controller. They're doing like they have for the Switch, the 64 like library.
Yeah, the Nintendo Online thing where you could play games.
From like this, like I wanted that, but not that bad because it's my childhood. It was the 64 to the GameCube, then the Wii, which was everyone was like, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah,
when it came out, and then the Switch, and then everyone else was still like, "What the fuck is that?"
You know, I'm so happy that you skipped over the Wii U.
We're not talking about the Wii U. Technically was the predecessor. To be honest, it was just a prequel to the Switch because that's what that giant screen was.
That's what they wanted to do with the Switch, but then
and they're like, "Oh shit, we gotta." I forgot why. Didn't they come out with the Wii U because like it was like another console was out, or they just did it to do it? Or they just testing out the waters? So, like, what was going on?
I mean, they probably just did it to do it, but like I said, they couldn't fully do the portable thing. So that's why they had the gamepad be the portable thing, but then that didn't work out. So they just
wild.
like, all right, fuck it, let's just do the portable thing.
Again, which is wild because it's not like they didn't have, I don't know, fucking portable game systems before called the Game Boy. No, that wasn't a thing. No, let's not do that. I'm gonna be good today.
Today.
I'm not gonna be mean.
All right.
But
All right. We'll be mean for the next story.
Yeah. But one more thing, the old Nintendo thing, like I honestly it's hard to predict where this is going because like honestly, I didn't think the backlash was gonna be this bad. I didn't think Nintendo was gonna fumble this hard with the reveal of things because like I thought, especially because we knew so much about it prior, that it was just gonna be like, oh, okay, here it is, and here's the thing we expected, and there we go. But now, like, so much things coming out about it that is just turning everybody off of it. I'm sure it's still gonna sell a lot because kids don't give a shit. But it's probably not gonna be as successful as the regular Switch. And I don't know, like that's just how I feel things are gonna be.
I think you're right.
These kids don't know what they want. They'll just take anything. Doesn't matter.
They don't.
Yeah. Doesn't matter what we think. They're just going to do what the fuck they want anyway. To be fair.
Yeah.
Well, at the Nintendo Direct, they showed off that GameCube games are going to be coming out for the Switch Online expansion. So you have to have Switch Online plus expansion to get the GameCube games. And it's exclusive to the Switch 2. And they're coming out with a GameCube controller that's usable on the Switch 2. But you can only use that GameCube controller for those GameCube games. You can't use it for anything else. Just the GameCube games.
They should have at least made it for like Smash Bros. Like that's a bare minimum you could have done.
Look, they did it from Mario Kart World. Let's not get completely
technically. Don't they have Don't they
What?
have an adapter that you can plug in like a GameCube controller to the Switch?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah, so then why don't you just use that?
because they're greedy.
Oh my god.
They're selling you a controller that only can be
Very good.
used if you pay them to use it. That's crazy.
That
Yeah.
is actually crazy. I just thought of
No.
that and I'm like, wow.
I love how you're just realizing things that we're like, yeah.
Yeah.
What's
Wow.
the problem? Yeah, you do that. What's wrong?
Nintendo- Nintendo's gonna Nintendo.
Yeah.
Let's keep going because I got one more.
You got one more.
I got one more.
Well, go
So
for
the
it.
Breath of the Wild, the Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, came out. I don't know when it came out. It was a while ago. It's a Nintendo Switch exclusive game. They're bringing a Switch 2 edition out for it, and it is gonna cost you the full price of the game. But guess what? It does not come with the expansion pass. Even though you have to rebuy the whole game,
Yeah,
it's not going to come with the expansion pass.
that is pretty shitty. Like, if you're gonna sell the whole game, at least make it be like a complete edition or something like that. No, it's literally just the base game with a higher frame rate and resolution. That's it. No DLC packed in, nothing. It's just the base game.
And that's just. Oh, we had what 3-4 stories about Nintendo Switch, all of it about just greed. That's all it is. Nintendo this generation coming out is going to be just greed, and I'm sick of it. And I'm not buying the Switch 2 at all. I'm not going to be part of it. I'm not going to succumb to the FOMO.
You have a child.
Listen, he's gonna hold on.
Can I write a letter to Santa so I can get a Switch 2? And he's like, no.
Hold up.
Santa ran
Ever
out of
since-
Switch 2s.
Ever since I got him the gaming PC, he has not even touched the PlayStation. So
Oh.
I
How
don't gotta worry about nothing.
old is your child? Before I say anything, go to make sure I do.
Well,
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, I understand.
That's not the age.
You should probably check on to make sure he's not on too much Twitch.
no. He's playing Rainbow Six Siege right now.
Oh god.
Okay.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Why would you do that to him?
Damn, you're getting him started early.
You get.
Yeah, I mean
you did say Call of Duty. Oh yeah, you got it. Why are you doing this to this child? You gonna be a
he's
problem.
really hold on. He's really good at these games. Okay, really good. I'm cultivating the next, gamer here, the next esports master winner here.
You know what?
Okay.
When you put it that way,
He started playing rant to me around it.
All right, so let's
That means yes. That's what I'm not.
we're gonna continue on. We'll continue on. All right, let's talk about Bungie. They just released some footage. I think it was like 15-20 minutes of gameplay. A bunch of creators got to go out and play and record their reactions and their gameplay for their new game Marathon, which is supposed to be releasing in September 20
third, I think.
23rd.
Yeah, 23rd.
Yeah, September 23rd. And it's been with the video of the gameplay, it's been a mixed bag of people talking about it online. And let's see, what do you think about Marathon? Have you seen anything about Marathon?
So I saw the trailer, and it was it was a slick trailer, and it showed off a lot of the mechanics and stuff like that. The aesthetic is like all digital and all that stuff. And then I saw the gameplay, and the trailer got me hyped. I was like, oh, it looks actually pretty cool. Like, I like the vibe that it gives off. But then I saw the gameplay, and I'm just like, this is just Destiny. This is just Destiny. This is okay, I know the Bungie is not the same Bungie that made Halo. But it's like, come on, how long ago did Destiny? It's been over a decade. Like, you couldn't come up with something different? Like, you changed the formula for Destiny to differentiate yourself from Halo, but now you just did Destiny again, but as an extraction shooter? Like, it just seems so, like, basic. Like it seems so like safe that they just wanted to lure in the Destiny fans and not get anybody else. And I'm not even that big of a fan of extraction shooters. I don't even think I've ever played one. So like it doesn't interest me. So I don't understand what is going on with Bungie. Like why they had the opportunity to get a fresh start with Marathon, because I know there was a lot of backlash with Destiny and how it like turned out, and everything that's been going on with Bungie over the course of the past few years when they got bought out by Sony, and now they're like relegated to being more of a support studio, and there's a lot going on with Bungie. And I thought this was their kind of like revival, essentially, like that this was their chance at coming back and bringing it back to the basics. And they just didn't do that. Like I don't know. Maybe if I ever get in, because they did announce that they're doing a closed alpha. I did sign up for it because I am curious on like how it's gonna feel. Because it's one thing to watch something and it's another thing to play it. So if I get in, obviously, I mean, I won't be able to talk about it, but at least I'll get a feel for myself and how it'll be. But another thing that they did announce is that it's not going to be free to play. This is going to be a full price game. Maybe not full price. They did say it's probably not going to be like $70. Maybe it'll be $50, maybe $40. But it's going to be like multiplayer only. I don't think there's going to be a campaign. But still, it just, on the surface, looking at the gameplay, it just feels like Destiny, and I wasn't the biggest fan of Destiny, so we'll see if I get into the closed alpha and how things play out. But it's definitely not the best showing for Marathon, at least the first showing.
Brother Tay, did you have any thoughts on Marathon?
Nope. The fact that he said it,
Nope.
he said it for me.
Okay. Well,
it's Destiny. That's all. That's literally what it was. I looked at it. I was like, would have got sent to me. I was like, is this not this Destiny? And someone was like, no, it's this. I was like, yeah, Destiny. I don't get the difference.
The main thing that got me is just the movement. It did not feel fluid. It didn't feel like how previous Halo games used to feel. Or like even modern games. Like I feel like, again, this was their chance to change the formula up, and they just didn't do that. So like I don't know why they thought just taking the Destiny mechanics and then just changing the genre into an extraction shooter was going to be the winning formula. Like, no, Destiny was like not good for PvP. So why would you think it would work?
It was not.
Yeah, I remember. I even the diehards, like Destiny players, they said they never even touched PvP because it just didn't work properly. It was so unbalanced and it just didn't feel right. Anyway,
no, I mean, I'll tell you this much: if Brother Matt was here, he would be cursing you guys out.
Why he liked it?
So, in particular, with Brother Matt, he loves extraction shooters, and this is basically a sci-fi version of Tarkov, but with some better, more, let's say casual, mechanics involved with it, because it's not as hardcore. It's not like military type, tactical shooter with extraction elements. This is sort of like sci-fi. That's why everybody thinks of Destiny when they look at Marathon, because it's still in that sci-fi realm. The bright colors, the let's say cyberpunk aesthetic to some of the characters. So yeah, he likes what he saw, and he said that he's excited to play it. Now, I've played extraction shooters only with Brother Matt, and that's because he likes to play them, and I'm a social gamer, so if he tells me to buy a game, I'm the sucker and I buy it. Yeah. I'm like, okay, let's play, and then I play, but I only play them with Brother Matt. I really wouldn't play them with anybody, like by myself. I wouldn't, seek it out.
It's okay to say that Brother Matt has poor taste in games.
That's crazy.
Just joking.
So, I
Ooh.
mean, I saw the gameplay and I thought the same. I thought like, it's it looks okay, not like anything that's gonna wow me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Not I think I
I
think
I
for
think that
gaming that's okay though.
I
We're
think
not
Not every game
hesitant.
that comes out has to come
We're
out and
not.
knock your socks off.
We're not saying it needed to do that. We're just saying that remember they made Destiny to disintegrate. Feel like they wanted to be different from Halo because that's what Bungie was mostly known for. Halo. And then they made Destiny, and I was like, all right, cool. It's not Destiny's not a bad game.
no.
But
That's
if you're gonna make another game and call it something else and it's still Destiny, just give it Destiny 3 or some shit like that. That's what I'm saying.
yeah. I think ultimately, that's my main thing. I didn't feel anything for it. It's not like initially I felt hyped for it, but then when I saw the gameplay, I'm just like, oh, okay, that's what it is. It like
Yeah.
I'm saying as a negative stance because I expected something different, and maybe that's on me. Maybe I shouldn't have expected something different. But like
Crazy.
I look at it like when Respawn was created from the former devs of Call of Duty, um they took the Call of Duty formula and completely changed it. And then Titanfall was the product. That was completely revolutionary in terms of like comparisons to Call of Duty. Like, yeah, it has some elements, but it took what Call of Duty did, but did something different enough where it feels unique. And that's what I wanted Marathon to be. I wanted to take elements of Destiny, of Halo, and do something different and unique. But like, if honestly, if I showed gameplay to this or to somebody of this and didn't say what this was, people would say, "Oh, is this like a Destiny DLC?" And they wouldn't. I mean, they would be wrong, but like, I would
That'd be
understand where
really
they were
wild.
coming from. Yeah, but I would understand why they would think that because that's what it looks like. Even from like the running animations, like it looks like
It
a
does.
carbon copy from it. Like I'm not gonna say that this game is gonna be bad. I wish it was something different. That's all I say.
Well, it is something different. It is an extraction shooter. It is not a hero shooter. It's not like
Well,
it's like Call of Duty with
it is a
military.
hero shooter. Not a
Well,
You have to
no,
pick characters.
I would
yes,
call
you
it a
have to
hero
pick
shooter.
characters. You have to pick characters, but it is essentially an extraction shooter. It is not a hero shooter. It's not like Overwatch or Marvel Rivals. It is an extraction shooter.
Yeah.
That is the core mechanics of the game. Is extraction shooter, not hero shooter. You're sure you get to pick different kinds of heroes and they have different abilities. Yes, but that is the only aspect of hero shooter that it has. It is an extraction shooter.
Yeah.
So I guess for me it is niche. The extraction shooter genre of gaming is very niche.
I would say it is very niche, to be fair.
Yeah, it is very niche.
Yeah,
People are looking at it thinking it's a hero shooter or it's like Destiny. When it's not like any of those. It is literally an extraction shooter. It's more like Arena Breakout meets Tarkov. So it's very different than what people are used to seeing, especially because extraction shooters are not very mainstream. They're very, very niche. So to see Bungie, this very big mainstream name of a gaming developer, come out and make an extraction shooter and them showing it and it looks so similar to Destiny, people are going to compare it so harshly to that. But I think in all fairness, people need to wait for it to come out
Yeah.
and play it for themselves. So to make a true opinion of it, you gotta give it a chance. Even if it's just in the alpha or beta, whatever it is, try it out for yourself before you just be like, it looks Destiny, whatever.
Yeah, I think it's
different. It's beta.
No, so I will say, like, I will withhold like my full judgment until I can play it myself, or I see more of it, because I mean I'm not gonna buy it just to try it out. If I do get into the alpha, maybe they'll do a beta. I'll see for myself. But I'm just basing my opinions on how it looks, because I mean it's still very early on. Like, the game is coming out in September. I want to say that a lot can change, but they can make enough changes that might change my opinion on it. Like I said, I'm not really that big of a fan of extraction shooters, so maybe if I do, I like this. Maybe I'll like this one. I don't know. Well, I will have to see how it plays.
So that comes out. Let's go. It could be
Yeah,
a distraction.
pretty much.
It also could just be a distraction Destiny game. Something wrong with that. Oh, my shoulder. It cracked. Goddamn. All right, Brother Zay, let's go.
Brother Zay? Brother Zay?
Oh, he might be coughing.
I'm here. I was trying not to die. Sorry.
So good, so good.
Let's move on. Last couple bit of news we have is about video game rumors, potential video game rumors for prototype. A new prototype game is in the works, according to play testers. So
What do I
play
forget?
testers are.
I forgot
What?
what prototype is. Hold on. Just prototype. My brain just.
Well, you're that. Remember,
It's basically
that.
the not Spider-Man 2.
Oh,
It's like that's
I got
Wow. He knew off of that. That's crazy.
no, because the reason I know it off of that is because people always called it that.
yeah, it's Spider-Man 2, but not Spider-Man.
Wow. Well, the playtester claims that Alex Mercer, who was the main character in the first game, is coming back, is the returning as a protagonist, and we will get to see but it will be based in New York, and we'll get to see New York and Alex Mercer running around New York, being either a menace or a hero, depending on what you choose. And I'm excited for that. I love the first prototype and prototype 2. They were all really good. So if this turns out to be true and it does come out, I'll definitely be getting it.
Yeah, me too. I was a big fan of the prototype games. I played both of them, and there's, like I said, it's Spider. If you like Spider-Man 2, the original game for like PS2, that was your game. Like that was, if you didn't have it, that was Spider-Man 2. That was your Spider-Man 2. It was the. Go ahead.
If you really want to make Brother Zay more upset, you would another way you could have reminded me. Could have called
What?
it Infamous.
That's another one that I mean,
That's
I feel like
crazy.
Infamous was
Prequel.
inspired by Prototype.
You could have called it prequel Infamous. And oh, that's right. Hoodie.
Oh my god!
But
That's crazy. I gave you the name of the whole game, and you're like,
He's like, what is that?
Spider-Man 2 Light? And you're like, oh yeah, I know that game. Like, hello.
No, but it's funny because when the ABK acquisition went through, in the trailer that they showed Alex Mercer, and I was just like, that's it. Like they're gonna make another Prototype, and I knew that in my heart that they were gonna make another one because I love those games. I played it with my brother. They're amazing. But we didn't hear anything about it, and then I thought, okay, maybe they're gonna add the games to Game Pass, and that still hasn't happened. But the fact that they're potentially making a sequel, and maybe in conjunction with that sequel, they'll add the games to Game Pass because they are on current gen consoles, or at least last gen, Xbox One and PS4. Maybe they might add them to Game Pass. I don't know, but anyway,
they can definitely do like what they did with Ninja Gaiden. They put out Ninja Gaiden Black 2, and then Ninja Gaiden
with
Black
the
4
announcement
will
of
be-
the sequel. Yes,
So they can do that and be like, hey, play the first prototype, and here's the announcement for our new prototype games. You know, something that.
We could hear as early as the Xbox showcase, maybe.
Oh, who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah.
But I'm definitely looking forward to this because I love the first two games.
Baby.
Yeah. The last bit of news we have is something that's coming to Game Pass this June, and I was like, okay, this is gonna be a good one. The Antlers, an ambitious survival game. Game Pass. Oh no, I'm sorry, not the Antlers. Rematch.
Oh
Sorry,
yeah.
Rematch coming to Game Pass Ultimate in June, and it is a 5v5 soccer game. It absolutely looks insane. And I don't know if any of you guys know, but I love Rocket League. I play Rocket League all the time, you know.
Yeah.
And I saw this, and I thought, wow, this looks like Rocket League, but just regular soccer.
Actual soccer, yeah.
Yeah, actual soccer. So it looked really cool. I can't wait to jump into this. It's coming out in June. for Game Pass Ultimate, and I'm like, this is gonna be amazing.
Yeah, I was actually surprised that this is the makers of Sifu, because like that's
Yes.
such a different game entirely. So
Yes, and you know what it looks like? It reminds me of just Shaolin Soccer.
yeah, that's exactly essentially what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, and it looks so good. I can't wait to jump into that. And it's coming June 19th.
Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to that too.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
Let's go. All right. I mean, that's all we got for the news this week. Got some breaking news right in the middle, as well as some planned news, some craziness with PlayStation, Nintendo, and that's it.
All right. So I did want to mention, because we haven't done this in a while. I have a topic of discussion. So yesterday, I went to the movies, and surprise, surprise, I went to see the Minecraft movie with my kids.
Yeah, you have kids, that's why.
Yeah. I think the movie got a lot of hate and criticism unjustly because ultimately it's a kids movie. You have to grade it at like a
Kids
curve
movie. Yeah, kids movie.
because it's a kids movie, and
Yeah.
it's the same thing like with the Mario movie, same thing with Sonic. And although Sonic was actually really good even for like a regular movie, you still have to grade it on a curve because it is a kids movie. I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty funny at points, and it didn't take itself too seriously, which I mean, what kids movie does. I mean, not there are kids movies that do go deep and stuff like that, but like not every movie has to be like the best, you know? Like it doesn't have to
No.
be too deep and too catered to adults as well, you know? Like it's fun. Sometimes a stupid kids movies is fun to watch sometimes, you know?
I was gonna say you clearly
And-
have not been watching Pixar most latest movies. Gabe be
Well,
killing.
that's what I was gonna say. Like, yeah, Pixar makes me cry every time. So, like, they're in a league of their own. But I did want to bring up the topic of video game movies, and I wanted to ask you guys, what is your favorite video game movies, or like, what's some of the ones that you remembered that was like, oh, it was actually pretty good.
Oh,
Ooh. Brother,
Yeah.
Zay, you up first?
I gotta think about video game
All right.
movies that I remember. To be fair,
All right. I'll go with two. My favorite, and then my favorite that's not everybody's favorite.
Okay.
well, here we go.
My favorite one is gotta be the original Mortal Kombat movie.
Oh, okay.
Original Mortal Kombat
Doesn't
movie, I
know.
think it was like 93, 94. It was so good. I absolutely loved it. So that was my favorite video game movie. That shows my age.
I mean,
And my second, that's sort of my favorite, but not everybody likes it, is the Street Fighter movie. The
oh,
original Street Fighter live action movie. It is so terrible, but it's so good that it's so bad it's so good. You know what I mean?
yeah, I get
It's
what
one of
exactly
those
what
that
you
like
mean.
it's bad, but it's still good. I just like it. I do.
Okay. I'll go next. Because I want to do the same thing, like my favorite, and then like my favorite that nobody likes. So I will. It's a bit of recency bias, but
Oh,
Sonic 3 was like it hit me all in the nostalgia feels. Like I remember, like I grew up playing Sonic Adventure 2. With my brother, and like we beat that game like so many times, and we got all the collectibles, and it was like that was our game like growing up. And I remember we used to play with toys, and we used to use the soundtrack of that game to like do like the battles that we used to have with our toys because it was so cool. That's how much of a hook it had on my childhood. So the fact that Sonic 3 was like diving into that, and they freaking played the Live and Learn soundtrack, although it was like a little remix version, like it still it made me tear up, honestly. Yeah, Sonic 3, like my favorite so far, like video game movie. But one that everybody seems to hate, but I kind of like, is Doom. The Doom movie.
Oh no!
Yeah, the Doom movie. I know it gets a bad rap, and it's not the greatest movie. I will say that, But for whatever reason, I like watching it. Like I've seen it so many times, and it's not because The Rock is in it or Carl Urban, which is
It
kind of.
is. It is because they're in it.
Hey, listen, shush. Maybe that's why I watched it initially, but that's not why I keep watching it. I think it's just a connection because like it came out around the time of Doom 3, and literally after the movie came out, I rented Doom 3 from Blockbuster and I played it, and it was just like maybe that's what's causing the positive memories for me. But even then, like when I watch it again, it's not terrible. Like yeah, it's kind of corny, but the story is very bare bones. But I don't know, I really like Doom.
I mean, nothing wrong with that.
No, shame on you. No, stop.
Shame on me.
I
Just
guess.
play it.
I guess to keep the trend going with the two movies, I really did enjoy the Super Mario movie. The new
Yes,
ones with
that
the
was
voice.
I like the two. Yes.
I'll go those that I really enjoyed it. Like the jokes were funny to me. I guess another good one. I think I don't know if this counts as a video game movie, but I really love the Silent Hill movie. I don't know which came
That
first.
counts.
that
The
definitely
games came
counts.
out first. Yeah.
Oh yeah, then I love all the Silent Hill movies. They're ridiculous. I'm gonna say the movie that's bad that I really like was House of Dead.
Oh yes, I remember that movie.
Terrible movie.
It's
Terrible movie.
I know it's
It
a
was
bad.
terrible.
Oh, it's a bad movie, but I enjoy it. It's so funny. I know it's supposed to do
I
stuff,
get
but
it.
I love like zombie movies that are trying to be scary, and it's just like, oh, like cool. But I
Yo.
also really love the House of Dead game, especially in the arcade. So I think I'll go 3.
Damn, House of Dead got a 3% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, it was
That-
it's a
that was
terrible
terrible.
movie. Oh, don't
Yeah.
don't ever get me wrong. It's a terrible movie, but as a giant fan of House of Dead arcade game, it was good to me. Well, I cared
Oh
about.
man,
That's crazy.
that's hilarious. Well, that'll do it for us, guys. Remember, if you're watching on YouTube, you can like, comment, and subscribe. If you're listening to us on a podcast, remember you can rate us and you can share us with all your friends and your gaming friends who happen to like gaming and want to listen to conversations about it. If you check in the description, you can see our sponsors, W Energy, NordVPN, and Starforge PCs. You can save some money off of their subscriptions and all that nice stuff. That'll do it for us. Thank you for listening. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.
Adios.